Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today, another dodgeball podcast. We had Bo and John talking about Bostonia and their Beast Coast tournament run this past weekend. But before I hit the intro, I have a laundry list of stuff that I wanted to mention. So, for starters, be on the lookout for more episodes about Beast Coast tournament throughout the week. My goal is to have more cities on, like Philly, Long Island, Connecticut, to talk about their runs. So, I will definitely have more episodes out throughout the week. Secondly, I want to say a shout out to everyone who reached out to me about myself and my teammates making Team USA practice squad. I'm extremely grateful to have this opportunity. I am very ready to work even harder to make the actual Team USA. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everyone who reached out. I promise I will try to get back to everyone. There's a lot of support, so again, thank you. Um, and lastly, but should have been firstly, shout out to my wife for everything that she does. Before this USA season started, we sat down and we had a conversation about myself possibly going out for the team. And I said, "Hey, this is a lot. This is going to be a lot of sacrifice for you. If you're cool with it, I really want to do it. But if you're not cool with it, I totally understand." And she's a really good wife, and she said, "I think you should do it." And I did it, and now we're here. So shout out Hannah, I love you. And it's a lot of sacrifice between travel and having a little baby at home. Lastly, the audio may not be the greatest. I had issues with my actual mic, so I have my AirPods in. So I'm sorry about the audio. I will get the mic fixed for the future episodes. That's it. Hope you guys enjoy.
DA got that dope.
Ice water turn Atlantic. Night calling in a phantom. Told them, hold it, don't you panic.
Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today I got Floyd Boys with me and Boston Heights Boy with me, Bo and John. How we doing, boys?
Good.
Doing amazing. Thanks for
Voice is a
having me.
little voice is a little shitty today, but
Why's that?
so I was out there yapping this weekend.
Uh, I thought
Me
you might have
too.
been yelling a little too hard about the Rafael Devers trade last night.
That was just more tears than anything.
How about you, John? How you feeling?
I've been drinking an unreasonable amount of ginger ale to prepare for this podcast
Ginger ale. Why's that?
because my voice is fucked too. Can we swear on here?
Yeah. Shit
All right,
bug.
cool.
Shit.
Yeah, my voice is obliterated as well. So, but I'm doing great. I had a great weekend with Bo against you. So yeah, it's fun.
And we got some good news today.
We did. All three of us made practice squad. Let's go.
Let's go. Round of applause.
Congratulations, boys.
Round of
Congrats,
applause for
congrats.
us. Let's go.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Look
Who
at
would have
us.
thought? A couple of
Look at us.
cards.
Huh? I'm gonna take a shot. Whiskey's good for sore throats anyway, so we're allowed to drink on this pod.
Of course.
I drink on my own pod, so
Yeah, Flight Boys popped off. I was looking at the roster today, and there's no surprising names, but I'm like, holy shit! Like, pretty much everyone made it.
eight, 8 of 9.
Yeah.
It's a good batting average.
Yeah, only one from Heist.
Like boys and girl.
We'll work on that.
It's fair.
True. I would say let's hop right into dodgeball stuff. But John, do you watch baseball at all?
Here and there, not too much, but I know teams and of teams.
Okay. How do you feel about the Devers trade? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Uh, as a not, I only care about the Red Sox when it's playoffs. So as that kind of person, I've heard that like he wasn't like the most like locked in with the team in terms of like wanting to stay with us because like we wouldn't pay him enough and like he wasn't playing the position he wanted to play and all that stuff. So if it's a locker room thing, then I'm all right with it. Our team is ass anyways, so like I kind of don't care. But I hope he has a good career in what, San Diego?
No,
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
San Francisco. Yeah, see, I don't know shit about that MLB.
This was like pretty bad timing, I feel like, because they had a pretty bad season and they've been like really picking it up. They just swept the Yankees.
Yeah.
Devers hit a home run last night or
Yep.
yesterday. And yeah, they got announced that he got traded.
Yeah, just won like 7 of 8 games.
He started off the season batting like under 200, and I think since the last like 3 months, his average is like 380. His on base is like 470. It's like crazy numbers.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's almost up to like 270 or something like that. Like, I don't know.
He's
I don't
he's
know.
putting up Jalen Brunson numbers.
Shut up.
Bo, are you more upset about Devers getting traded or Jason Tatum getting hurt?
Jason Tatum getting hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah, by 50. But
by 50.
What kind of question is that, Ryan? Are you serious?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely Tatum, but it's all right.
all right, let's build you guys back up. So we could do this one of two ways, but I think this way would be better. If we just went through your round robin and we just kind of went through every single game, and then you guys talk about the other team, whether it's good stuff, bad stuff about you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so obviously we play for Bostonia. Um, and our first game, oh, I'm looking at the women's schedule because I was like, we didn't play Venom first. Um, sorry. Uh, Bostonia Open.
I have it up. You
We
guys
played
played
Atlanta
ADC
first.
first, yeah.
Yeah, we played ADC first, and that was probably a really good game to start off with because it was a good litmus test of like what we were gonna be today or that day because Atlanta obviously really great team and like we've played those guys a lot of those guys a lot like just on the tour in general. Um but yeah, beat him 4-2. I think they were also kind of gelling because they had some of their rec like higher level rec players with them that were pretty pretty good. Um, and so I think they were using that game to kind of gel a little bit. So I think we caught them in like game one. But yeah, so we beat them 4-2. Um, and then we played bunch of bullets. One thing I didn't like about the schedule, I thought we would like flip flop between court one and court two, but we were on court two like almost exclusively after the Atlanta series, and I feel like court two is much harder to play on than court one, because I feel like the wall played much more of a factor on that court than court one. Court one had that like kind of like gate, like mesh gate thing. So it wasn't really like a wall. It was like a wall still, but not as much. Like court two, it was like if you were on the wall, then you could be thrown at for like a minute and a half and there's nothing you could do about it. And we were on that side the whole time outside of the first game. So played bunch of bullets. That roster, I knew going in, I told the guys, I'm like, all those guys throw really fucking hard. Um, and we just gotta survive. And I feel like I think they won every game against the wall. And they did everything they were supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They took all the right shots and they played well and then they beat us in no block, I think,
They did
3-2.
double.
So and then Rockefellers, another New York team, knew they were gonna be really scrappy. I watched them in Cleveland, and I think John, I don't know if you guys played them in Cleveland or not.
We played them, I think, twice in Cleveland.
Did
And
they have the same roster in Cleveland?
yes, plus or minus one or two people, probably.
Yo, they had Jalen Brunson.
Facts. Actual
They
Jalen Brunson, I
had
saw
actual tall Jalen Brunson.
it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, but yeah, no, those guys are really fun to play against. Me personally, I just love their like attitude on the court, like
Yeah.
regardless of whether they're winning or losing. So, I figured they were gonna catch everything or we were gonna win. It was one or the other. So, um, we ended up tying. So I guess that was neither happened.
So actually neither happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely a scrappy team. Yeah, they defensively they played well, and then yeah, it was a lot of wall ball in that game too. And
We played
then
against them in that first series too on that court, and kind of just like what you said, there's some games where it's like, all right, get ready to dodge. You're getting team thrown at like
Yep.
6 times this game.
Yep.
Mhm.
But if I had to pick and choose which court to play on, so I feel like we played on court one most of the time. I think we only played on that second court twice. I would have played on that second court all 6 games.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Hell no.
that's
I
to me
hate
like,
wall ball more than anything. I hate it.
yeah. You're a stronger man than us
Yeah, I
because
hate
we're
wall
not
ball
enjoying it.
more than anything. So I
I
feel,
really I really enjoy like that court too. And then for semi-pro, I know a lot of people don't like that venue, but I love that venue.
Yeah.
I like the actual court, but I don't like the wall ball.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's funny because when I started playing dodgeball at all, like the rec league I started at, it was a brewery with like, and Bo's played there too, but it was a brewery with like just a concrete wall behind you. So like I'm used to even shorter courts with a wall behind you, so it's like a steel cage match literally, and you
yeah.
just gotta
Mm.
pray the ball goes left, like straight to the left or straight to the right for you to like keep the ball. So I'm used to it, but like in a tournament, I get so pissed off when like we had to weather a storm for like 5 minutes of just like a shooting gallery, and then it's just not fun.
I
But
kind of feel like it's like advantageous to like the worst team, like wall ball. Like it just
it's an
keeps like
equalizer.
yeah, because it makes it to where like uh you can't be as creative like on offense. Like you have to almost like throw straight or else you're not getting the ball back. Like you can't take as many chances when you're on one side. Like I don't know. I just don't really. I just think it's not real dodgeball at that point, or it's not like an accurate depiction of like which team is better.
Kind of
Um,
agree with that. A lot of like if I'm playing against if I'm throwing like towards the wall, it's a lot of like kill lefts, kill rights, team throws. If we miss, we're gonna get the balls back anyways. But if you're playing on the opposite side of that, then it's a lot of split throws and a lot of aways. And hey, we can't really give them 4 balls too much because we're gonna get murdered.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you have the wall, like you're throwing against the wall, instead of throwing even like kill lefts or splits, like you can send three because like you can feel free to send three because you're gonna get one or two back because of the
Mm,
wall. So like there's a lot of times where like people were sending three because they knew they were gonna get one or two back, which like normally on like a normal tournament or like court, you're not gonna think about that. Or like on the back line, you're gonna be like, oh, like you're gonna get doubled or something, and then you see three come, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
It's like you're playing a wall. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. Um, but I mean, both teams got to play it. So at the end
Yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna
day,
say like unfortunately everyone had to deal with it, not just us, but
yeah. Um,
so ridiculous.
and then we played Meg. Meg, Meg was a good team. I hate that Jeans got hurt, so then he couldn't play because he was gonna be on that team, right? Or was
no,
Jeans gonna be?
he's on our team.
Okay, okay, that's kind of what I thought too. Okay, anyway, but Meg was a good team. I knew like they were gonna be like pretty disciplined and like they did everything right. I think we just made like a couple more plays than they did, but I think they played really well. And then we played you guys, and honestly, you guys kicked the shit out of us. Pretty good.
Belt to ass,
It was pretty good. I think I had
and
like
we took your banner.
you took our banner,
That hurt more,
flipped it
honestly.
backwards, and started stopping balls with this. And then your guys' crowd was like cheering about it. I was a little tight. I'm not gonna lie. I think I had like 45 seconds of court time that whole street. Just
Yeah, we
kept
started
dying.
using the banner, and then we started popping off and closing out games and like big plays. And then our
Yeah,
team chant, I'm sure you guys heard, was
chant
just
was yeah, nut. That was just yeah,
so
but
we ended the
After
game where we're
every
just all
set
screaming nut.
too. After
But
every set.
but I think you guys are so funny at the same time. It's like I want to laugh because like I know you guys. Like if I didn't know you guys, I would fucking like hate you guys. Like I remember the first time that I had seen you guys at I think Kevin's tournament, and you
Hmm.
guys beat us. You guys beat us in the final. I think
Uh,
Alex threw that catch to Ashley Elder to win it. And but like that whole day, like you guys like did anything you guys did, you guys just kept chanting USA, USA. And I was like, these guys are so fucking annoying. But I didn't know who you guys were yet. But like but I know like that's just like part of your guys' humor. But like I think you guys are like fucking hilarious,
Yeah.
obviously. 'Cause you guys are my teammates. But yeah, like in the moment, like I'm like irritated because we're getting our ass kicked, but like on the side, I'm like smirking because I think it was funny.
You're like, bro, I want to be in that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
could have, you could have been on Nut, dude. You could have been
uh,
on Nut.
nah, nah, nah.
It's
But yeah,
funny.
good.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry to cut you off. It's funny because like what we were talking about wall ball, I was watching the film for that game yesterday, and there's one point where it was just Brandon and I think Bo, and y'all threw at Brandon for I think like 45 full seconds and like everything was a double. It was just wall coming back, coming back, coming back. So that was a really good example.
It
But
was funny. It was funny when you sent out that new guy out like a Pokemon and was like, "Here, like, here, go throw hard as shit at the
he was
wall
really
over and
good.
over."
I told you guys we had an X Factor coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was pretty solid. Like he did like court awareness like wasn't there sometimes, but that's just because he's new. But like, yeah, he plays more. He's gonna be really, really good.
So
Yeah.
that was his. So he played in Spark Tank like a year ago, pretty much. But that's Sean's girlfriend's brother.
Mm.
Um, the Spark Tank stuff, I wouldn't really consider it like organized dodgeball. It's 20 on 20. It's like
No,
no
it's
ball
Oh no.
it's
blocking.
a battleground.
Yeah, the balls are different. But he's played in Nutmeg last season for 1 week, and then he played one practice. So
Okay.
Saturday was the third time he's ever picked up one of those foam balls.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean like he's got a like I mean like obviously he played baseball somewhere, um but yeah, yeah, there was definitely like when I was watching other games like outside of our match, I was like he's definitely new because of like decision making, but yeah, like he plays more, like he's gonna be really, really good. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I hope he keeps playing. Let's see who we played. Old Bays. Old Bays was every set came down to a 1v1. It was basically Akil versus us.
I feel like
Um,
that happens all the time.
yeah, so Akil was last. Brandon won a 1v1. Was it Brandon that won the 1v1 against him?
Probably.
I think. Yeah, I feel like
Most
Brandon was our
likely.
closer most of the day and then in those situations. Uh and then I lost one and then I can't remember what else happened, but Chaz also closed one out. Um I think we were up players and Chaz closed it out, so we lost to them 3-1. But it was like I think like towards the end, it was just like we weren't closing sets very well, and that was like kind of our theme the second half of round robin, and I think that just comes from not playing together that much and just like communication late game, kind of like flight sometimes. Like we like closing sets sometimes. Not we're not the best at it, and we let
Hmm.
some shit get away sometimes, but. So that was kind of Bostonia. So maybe I'm the common denominator. Um,
Maybe.
and then yeah, so that was round robin. So
You
John, you got
want
anything to add about the round robin stuff?
yeah, like Bo said, playing you guys was the only game or only match where I truly felt like we weren't playing like ourselves. I was like, oh my God, like just they have all the momentum. We can't win with the wall. Just like
We
like
have the wall.
everything was just going wrong. The only set we won, I personally felt good because I got like four of y'all out, but like yeah, like everything like went wrong that game. But I really think that was like that one and Old Bays, those were like the worst two games we played the whole day. And I think we did a really good job like just reminding ourselves like just flush it. Like we know we're good. We just have to close the sets that we're supposed to close. And then from that point on, I was screaming like to the top of my lungs, like if we had numbers to close it, uh, just to make sure like everybody heard that. But like, yeah, no, like we played really good. All the teams, like the thing that's super dope about this is that not all the teams brought like the people we're used to seeing. So it kind of felt like a clean slate in that regard, and I kind of like that environment. So playing against your what's his name? The guy on your team, Ryan?
Anthony, the guy who threw really hard.
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah. Playing
Hmm.
against him, that was just fun to just experience instead of just playing all the Connecticut people I'm used to, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
Um, That same for Atlanta, especially. Old Bays was just a combination of people that I'm used to, but like the super different combination. Um, the only teams that were consistent were Filthy and Bostonia that we played, and I guess Long Island. Um,
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, so round robin was just fun. I think we did a good job of just like realizing what our kinks were and then ironing them out like as quick as possible. So yeah, it's fun. All the teams we played were fun. Um, yeah. How was your round robin, Ryan?
My round robin was a little frustrating at times.
Oh
Uh,
no.
so we did have some injuries the Wednesday before, so we play on Wednesdays at Nutmeg. Jeans like fucked up his ankle bad, like bad,
Holy
when
smokes.
we played against him. So unfortunately, he couldn't make it. The second Nutmeg team, Alex, he had like a hamstring issue, so he backed out super last minute too. So we were kind of, flip flopping, asking people Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. Thankfully, Angel said yes, and he was a big help for us. The
Yeah.
second team, Ben was picked up, and he played really well too. But I think what we tried to do, we had different intentions, and I won't really say it on here, but we had different intentions than the teams that we did end up bringing. We just didn't really have a lot of chemistry with our team. And then we were really struggling with like players trying to find their roles and then survivability.
Mm, yeah.
And also, we only had seven. I think you guys could tell, but Sean's shoulder was a little messed up or
I
not.
think
Maybe you guys can tell.
I think somebody said that to me.
Well, I mean, I'm his teammate, so I knew he was hurt.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess it was Bone.
yeah.
I don't remember who, but somebody said that to me, and I was like, okay, cool.
But I
Um,
mean, he threw like pretty okay.
yeah, he
Yeah, we
looked
tried to
fine for
not
a
have him
lot.
throw too much, but yeah, we had so like Sean had the shoulder issue. Anthony super new. So I would say like our team had some like really high highs, but we had some pretty low lows too.
Yeah, and that's all right. I'm just glad that like Jeans at least showed up. It was good to see him. I
Hell
felt really
yeah.
bad because like playing against he comes all the time. It feels to our open gyms in Boston. So um like playing against him and with him or whatever was like always like really fun. So I was looking forward to that specific interaction. But I'm glad you showed up and came and supported.
Yeah, I'm glad that he showed up. He for anyone who doesn't know Jeans is a really good player. He plays on Impact. He's been playing Nutmeg for what, probably 5 seasons now, maybe six. Um, I think he was probably going to play a lot of corner this past weekend, and he has a lot of experience traveling and playing in tournaments, going up to Boston. So he knows like the players that he's playing against. He's not just going in there like super green.
Right, for sure.
Hmm.
Shout out Jeans, man. He'll be back.
Terrell also like fucked his fingers up bad.
Really? Oh yeah, I was roughing that game. Yeah, he got like jammed in the same hand twice.
Yeah, so his pointer finger he like fucked up in his left hand. So like it was like in between games. And I'm like walking to the back line and I see him like fucking with his finger. And I'm like, bro, are you good? Dude, his finger is like that.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, yo, your shit's fucked. And then he sent me a picture afterwards, but he had to put a splint on. We played on Long Island at the very end, and I think we were down like 4-1, 5-1, and he just was like, hey, it's not worth it for me to play.
Mm.
Which it wasn't. And then Anthony, he like pulled his groin. So Terrell's like, I'm out. And then Anthony's like, I'm out. And then I'm just like, okay, we're playing 6-on-5 or someone has to hop on the court. Like
Yeah,
Oh my God, dude.
damn.
That's rough. That's rough. That's rough.
it was a good experience. I'm glad that we had two teams from Nutmeg show up. Glad we had that cool Nutmeg picture. I think there was like 20, 25 of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good experience for everyone. And I can't wait for next season or the next tournament.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I wonder if they're gonna like change around locations and like have other people host, or is it always gonna be in Philly or not?
That's
They could.
true.
Because I know like we have the capacity obviously to do it, and I'm sure like Connecticut, can you guys have hosted tournaments too?
I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like Philly might be like a good central location
Yeah,
just
probably.
be Yeah, but I also think that it is a little tough to get on Long Island, but Connecticut honestly isn't a bad location either between Boston being up north and then Philly and Long
It's,
Island just right there.
it's 2 hours for us, or like an hour
Yeah,
45 or whatever.
not bad at all.
So I'll take it over the 6 or whatever that it was.
Did you guys fly down there or you guys drove?
Drove. So I brought
Uh,
Theo. So
yeah, I took a bus. Um, visited a friend a couple days earlier. Excuse me. Visited a friend a couple days earlier, and then I took a bus. Or I took a bus, visited a friend a couple days earlier, and
Uh-huh.
then met up with everybody else on Friday. So,
Okay, okay.
it was pretty smooth, but that took like 8 hours for me or so. So, not the best.
Damn.
damn, 8 hour bus is crazy.
I know it was smelly too, bro. It wasn't fun.
Did bro hop on like a Greyhound?
Yeah.
It was a Greyhound, yeah, but
Damn.
it was a Greyhound, but like not even Greyhound branded. It was just some weird ass like other like bus. I don't even know, but
Timu?
I survived.
Timu. A basset hound.
But I survived, which is what matters.
All right,
Damn.
so we talked about round robin. Let's get into the playoffs. So you guys played
Uh,
Rockefellers again in the playoffs.
we did. Yeah, so we seeded eighth because
Somehow.
so I thought we went 2-2-2, but then I forgot we lost 3 times. So we went 1-3-1. Like, so wait, that's not even good math. 2-1, 2-3-1.
Yeah.
Oh, two,
Yeah,
three, one. Yeah, it's
yeah.
been 6 times. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because we
Yeah.
beat Meg in Atlanta. Yeah. So 2-3-1. So then we seeded eighth. But then when I saw our side of the bracket and I was like, all right, we don't have Long Island and we don't have you guys. So I was like, it's not horrible. And I was like, I don't really care where we seed or like who we really play. Cause like in the end, like I still liked our team a lot. So um, I was like, round robin doesn't really matter. And plus, like, we were playing with nine, which is like really hard to play with during round robin, as like, we just did it in Minneapolis. And so like rotations were kind of like getting messed up and like the groups were kind of weird how like we had the groups like when we played you guys like Brandon was off the court for like two sets in a row and then it was like then I was off for like 2 sets or whatever, I think. And it was just like either me, Kyle, or Brandon were off at some point, and like the three of us weren't on there together. Um, so that's kind of tough. And but I knew for playoffs, like we were gonna roll with like our starting six, and we weren't really gonna have that issue. So we played Rockefellers, and then that game it was 5-3. We knew how to play them, and we kind of just like it wasn't really that that close. We kind of let them kind of overextend. They kind of like when you throw, they kind of like they don't really run aways, but they kind of like overextend, and we just kept just hitting them when they would do that. So um, we kind of just like whittled them away. But we took advantage of the wall for sure. We just started playing wall ball. We were like, fuck it, everyone else is doing it. Like we're just gonna commit to just doing it. Um, and then we played Filthy. I really wanted to play Filthy because I always like playing those guys. Also listened to your podcast beforehand, and Frankie said that uh that Filthy and Long Island were the two best teams, so that
Oops.
got me a little tight. So
Oops.
Bulletin
um
board material.
yeah,
Oopsies.
because like I've played Filthy enough times and we've beaten them enough times. So I so um so yeah, I was like feel good about it. And then yeah, we we went up like 4-1, I think, or was it four?
It was like 4-1. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-1. And like yeah, it was like belted ass. It was like
Yeah.
3-0, then they won one, and then we won one. And then I think we went up 5-1. And then we kind of just held on until the end and
Okay.
then won 5-4. But Yeah, it was really good, and we were yapping.
Yeah.
We were yapping so much
We
that
were
I
yapping.
think it was directed at me, but we got a warning for being a bit too loud.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and on Long Island was roughing too, right?
No, the
Bananarchy
anarchy, yeah.
Okay, okay.
was roughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apologies. I already apologized to them, but I will make a formal public apology now because I was talking a little bit too much.
It is all, yeah. I mean,
It was
obviously,
just it was more
I
so
love the
yelling. I wasn't saying anything really. It was more so just yelling.
I love the filthy guys, but it's a Boston Philadelphia thing. Like
Yeah.
it's just a thing. So it's um but yeah, so we beat them, and then Atlanta Dodgeball Club. This was a really good one. I was like, I knew this was gonna be a really good one because then we beat them in round robin, and then I knew they were gonna be a better version because they had played a bunch of round robin games, so like they had been gelled by then, and um they didn't really tear us up too bad off the rush during round robin, unless I'm
Oh,
mistaken.
oh, in the round robin, not so much.
In round,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, I feel like we kind of got lucky with that in round robin, and they were beating our ass with the Russian
Yeah.
in
I
the
was
playoff game. I think John had like 12 seconds of court time in this
I
series.
I was not allowed to play and like no excuses, but like my hip was like fucked up like from the start of the day. So I knew I couldn't I had absolutely no chance of he coming anywhere close to Aaron. So I was like, I know I'm gonna die. So let me get two balls. And then I think it was the first set or second set, like Pierce pumping the absolute dog shit out of me and still cooked me. And I was like, okay, yeah, this isn't my series. I'm gonna need my
Yeah,
kids to carry me.
Pierce is so good. Pierce is so good on the pitchback too. Like,
Oh yeah, Pearson Blake.
yeah, because both of them played baseball. So like both of them are really good. And Aaron's placement has gotten a lot better off of the rushes too. So like not only is he like the fastest person on the planet, but like now his pitches are on point too. So it's like he's just a weapon.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we started down a person almost every series unless John blocked it. And so but other than that, I think like
Which is fun.
defensively, like we played really well. It came down to like some 1v1s. Brandon won, I think, two 1v1s. I won one, and then at the end, like we had to survive. I think Brandon and I had to survive for like 2.5 minutes of Brandon, or sorry, of Chris Wheeler and Pierce just throwing at us against the wall on court one. Um, but yeah, and then we finally, I think they got a little desperate, and I hit Pierce with like a pretty good shot, and then Chris, I think, got a little desperate because he knew he was running out of time, so he had to try and make something happen, and then we finished the set, and then um, got won the game. So that was a really good one because we went down early. So I feel like it was a good showing of like how much better like the Boston boys as a whole have gotten better like year over year. Because I feel like a series like that, we don't win that series a year ago. Because I don't think that we're good enough to win that a year ago. And like I told the boys that afterwards, it was like, and I was talking to John about that on our way home. That like that series showed like how much better like Alex has gotten, Dave has gotten, me, John, and who am I missing? Oak. Well, Kyle wasn't there last year, um, but yeah, like even like Brandon as like an on-court leader. Because like Brandon Brandon got real tired of us real quick last year when he played with us. So Brandon as like an on-court leader is like not like as like a vocal leader, but like lead by example. He's gotten better in that regard, and like how he's helped us like develop us and stuff like that in Boston. He's gotten a lot better. So huge credit to Brandon. But like that was like a good example of like how much better like everyone's gotten in Boston, because I don't think we win that series a year ago. Um, and then the final, that series took a lot out of us. I know me personally. I feel like I was thrown at a billion times between the Filthy series and the Atlanta series, so I was gassed personally.
Yeah, I feel that.
Um, so by the time we got to the Long Island series, I knew personally what time it was with Dylan and them. Like I knew that if they got four balls, I knew what was coming. So, um, but yeah, it like we played well. Like we went up 2-0. And then I feel like we just ran out of gas, and they ended up winning four straight sets and beating us 4-2. But um, I wish I was talking to John. I was like, I wish we could have staggered it. I know timing didn't allow it, but I wish we could have staggered it and we could have watched like the women's game first and then they could have watched ours afterwards. Because I thought throughout the day it was really cool that like we could have. There were times where we could watch the our girls play and they could watch us, and I felt like we really like fed off of each other. And I feel like when those times where we were exhausted, I feel like that would have probably helped us a little bit. Um, but I mean, timing, didn't allow it. But that series was good, and I was proud of like how we played. I didn't have any issues like how we lost. It was just we were
Yeah.
gassed. We ran out
Yeah.
of gas.
Have anything to piggyback off that, John?
Um, I'll try and skim through all of it. So everything Bo said about the Rockefeller series, I agree with. That was just a really, again, I just enjoy playing those boys out there. So um, that was a fun series. But it felt like the whole time like we had like control. Um, and they still put three points on us. So like they played really, really well. Um,
That tall dude that was wearing the Jalen Brunson jersey threw heat.
he did, yes.
Yep.
I don't remember him doing too much like damage to us, but
No, because we killed him.
yeah,
We were like, you're not gonna play against us at all.
yeah, you're not allowed
Get
to.
off the court, Jalen
Get
Brunson.
off the court.
Yeah, we know what you did to us a couple of weeks ago, so you don't get to play. The Filthy series, personally, that was the best series I've ever played in my entire life. Like I caught like three at least balls. I hit basically everything I threw. Uh, I was like on one. I think the first set I won a 1v1. Uh, just everything went right for me for that series. Um, so that was really, really fun. It's funny too, because I was telling people at the after party. So back in Atlanta, um, last year, I remember we played like Heist, we played Filthy in the playoffs in the first round. And I remember I'm chilling in the corner and Sam Sayward comes up to me and she's like, you can't handle this, you don't want that smoke. Like Philly's gonna beat your ass. She was
Oh,
saying all types of
oh,
shit. All types of
that's
shit,
my
man.
man over there.
And
You ain't
then
got shit on Matt.
and I turn around to her, I'm like, watch this, and then we ended up beating them. I didn't know if we were actually gonna beat them or not, but like we did end up beating them, so I was able to back it up. But ever since then, I've never lost to Filthy. Um, turns out. So uh that was like the most locked in I've ever felt. Just because like I'm so familiar with playing against them. And we won the first set, and then Bo's like, and and they said they were winning it all. And I was like, word? And then I started getting catches. Like I got like the nastiest catch on Jordan Clever. Um, just everything went right for me. So that was really, really fun to play. I think I did some cool shit, and then I look over and I see Dylan Cruz like nodding his head in approval, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my court right now. Like I'm the MVP of the whole day for sure. Like I just felt like untouchable. And then
Like the Woody meme, let him cook.
yeah, right, yeah, literally. And then we played Atlanta, and then I wasn't allowed to play, so I was humbled extremely quickly. Um, but yeah, I basically watched the Atlanta series from the sideline or from the first outbox for most of the time. Um, and like Bo said, we probably don't win that series last year because we're always starting like Atlanta loves that advantage of starting up a person all the time. Every time I got hit, I just hear Aaron Goodwin like, let's go. And I'm like, oh my God, like momentum wise, like they feed off that.
Damn
Uh,
it, Mr. Freeze.
yeah. Yeah. So it was really cool because even though I was off, like I still trusted the guys to like be able to if not win the set, like keep it close. Um, so that was really cool, and we had the talent to keep up with them regardless of if I was on the court or not. So I felt good about that. So the fact that we pulled that one off, that was really sick. Like Bo had that legendary catch on Aaron.
It was luck.
Brandon was Brandon was out of his mind. That was the most locked in I've ever seen Brandon too. Like he was just like I just saw like the LeBron James like stare down type shit. I was like Brandon is our closer, like both said, but
Yeah, once it
um
gets in like Terminator mode.
yeah, when he gets into Terminator mode, it's over, bro.
Yeah.
Brandon was like the LeBron meme, and then John was like the KFC worker, like on the
Dude,
bench going through
I was Kwame Brown for sure.
it.
Um, but yeah, a note on that too. So Brandon obviously is really good, and everybody knows that, and we all know that. One thing I really liked about this tournament is the fact that like, and this is not insinuating we don't need him or anything, but like the fact that like we all like played our roles like very well, so like we didn't need to just bank on Brandon to bail us out every set, was like really, really nice. Because we were supposed to have a different team coming into this tournament, similar to you, right? So
Hmm.
like the fact that we still like brought like other excuse me, we were able to like pull out like other people to come out to Philly with us and still play like really, really well and work together really, really well. Um, and not like depend on Brandon to bail us out. Like that was a really, really nice feeling like all day. So that was cool. So yeah, we win it against Atlanta. That was sick. Um, and then like Bo said, like everybody I talked to afterwards was like, yeah, I had nothing in the tank. And it sucks because I felt like the only one with anything in the tank until like we went up 2-0, and then I think the third set I was last on the court, and that lasted a long time. Um and I think I got two people or something, and then eventually like they closed it out. But I told them as well at the after party. I think that was the set where we lost the game because I was the only one with anyone left in the tank for sure. And then I lost the
Hmm.
ball because I was like, I need to go up 3-0. Like we need that lead. So I tried really, really hard, couldn't pull it off, which is okay. But everyone was missing their middles, Rooney and John Carlo, like they were dodging literally everything we threw at them, like doubles, staggers, like everything. Didn't matter who was throwing, they couldn't get hit, so they did their job really well. Quan and
I mean, yeah, that team from top to bottom. So like Taylor was in one corner, then you had Dylan in the other. It's like, all
yep,
right, Quan, Nikki,
yep,
Giancarlo,
yeah,
Jacob.
right. Taylor's blocking everything too. Like we had Kyle in front of him, and Kyle, I think both said this to me on the way home. Like Kyle's very much able to get around a blocking ball, but Taylor is just blocking everything. Like no matter what, Kyle's putting spin on it and everything I could see sometimes, and he was just blocking everything. So they all did so well defensively, and they just tired us out, and then it took four sets. So it kind of felt a lot like, um, like fucking Muhammad Ali, like rope a dope. Like we started strong and then just couldn't close it. Um, but props to them. Obviously, they're really talented and had a good game plan against us. So, um, yeah, I like Bo said, I'm also satisfied. Like we lost, but it wasn't like, oh, we made dumbass mistakes all game. Like we just got beat by a good team, so it's all right. Worked out in the end for them.
I think realistically, there's like only two teams that were like really devastated at the end of the tournament. They're like, damn, that's how it ended. So my team was one of them because we lost 8-1 against Long Island. And I think 10 minutes in, I looked down the line and it's like, yeah, this is over. I think we're down like 4-0 already. I could tell by everyone's like body behavior, demeanor, Terrell's finger, Anthony's like walking around funny. I'm like, yeah, we're cooked. Like, unfortunately, we're cooked.
That's
Um, and then the other team was Old Bays, how they lost against a bunch of squids or a bunch of
Dude,
bullets.
dude. I didn't get to
dude,
see it.
they're up like 4-1, no?
I was refing that game, and I never get nervous refing. But that very last game, I'm like, dude, I really hope I don't fuck something up here because if I do, I do not want to be responsible for this.
Yeah. Like, please, everyone just hit dead center. Like, nothing debatable, please.
Whenever it like
Boston's been
gets
fine.
super close in like a series like that, if we're like at nutmeg or something like that in the playoffs, I'll stop the game and I'll get more reps, like just in case. But I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do that here.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, they were up, I believe, 4-1, and then they won that last no ball blocking game, and then they won it was a normal 3 minute game, and then that went into no ball blocking, and they won that one. So
Wow.
Who recorded it? Sure Randy did, right?
I think Randy or Matt did, and then I also did too. Hashtag ad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You were we were wa actually I don't think police are watching. Can't take it me right now. But
Mm.
we were listening to we were watching the stream like on on my phone back on the drive back. So, but
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
Those FBI agent.
didn't watch that game.
You
I was
definitely.
looking at the numbers from that stream, and dude, the watch hours were crazy. Like, I think I'm gonna start live streaming for everyone.
It's a good way to get monetized.
I had like 64 watch hours, and then I'm up to like 80 already in like 3 days. Like, I was like, what the hell happened?
I mean,
Nice.
it wasn't streamed, so people wanted to see it.
True.
Shout
Yeah.
Yeah.
shout out the Rushdown podcast. I think they were like hoping that it was like streamed.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah. Kim had asked if they were just being streamed. And I said I didn't know at the time.
Yeah. I was listening to that on the way home, and I'm like, damn, I did stream it.
Actually I told him that I would let him know and I didn't. So sorry, Kim. Totally forgot to text you.
wasn't up.
My bad.
Yeah, I think from this point going forward, just for the people that can't make it and they don't want to wait, because I mean, for flight miles and then Bo records, so there's no point in three people recording. Like, I'll just live stream the games, and then we'll have two people uploading it a few days after the fact.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about the playoffs, we talked about the championship, we talked about round robin. I'm scared to talk to girls, but let's talk about the girls. So, how did Bostonia do?
Dude,
Bro,
they first off, I'm also scared to talk to girls, but they but for you I will sacrifice. However, our girls went crazy. Round robin they went 7-0. And
they lost like three sets the
I
entire
think
season.
yeah, it was like the USA like Worlds team. Like at Worlds, like they only dropped like 3 sets the whole time or something insane. But yeah, it was let's see, sets lost. They lost 5 sets.
Yeah.
It went 30, 39 and 5.
They
Um,
look like Royale from back in the day. Like,
dude,
Royale would just beat everyone's ass.
I was saying that I've been telling people for so long how good Royale was, like but before COVID. I was like, but like even like the newer players around Boston, I was like the Royale girls were like the Monstars before COVID. And then like Hots had a kid and was ill and like all and then I think like Michelle, who else? Tasha, like all the other Royale girls, like for whatever reason, they just stopped playing or whatever. And then like Mackenzie and Sammy just wanted to play rec and not travel that much anymore.
And Amanda.
And Amanda, um, and it was just like they just stopped traveling after COVID. And I was just like, I kept telling everybody, I'm like, dude, Royale, they are still them. Like they are still like and yeah, so I wasn't surprised that they went the 7-0 and they made it look pretty easy like against everybody.
Have you
Uh
ever, did you watch Ryan or Bo, either of you, did you guys watch the like women's basketball team in the Olympics?
yeah.
Like at least in when they played in Beijing, or not Beijing, is it Japan? Two
Paris,
Olympics
right?
ago. Paris was
Oh,
Beijing
but 2 Olympics
Beijing is
ago.
in China.
Yeah, no, I'm forgot where it was, but two
Oh,
Olympics ago.
oh, okay.
okay.
The women's team, they just rolled into the final like so easy and then beat the dog shit out of whatever team they played like 100 to like 40 or something. Like that's how it
Jeez.
felt like when we watched our women play. For me, like it was it was the craziest. Like they're the reason I don't have a voice right now. Like I got so hyped for them like all day. Like they were playing out of their minds, and we're so coordinated, and we're hitting all their shots. And like all their practice paid off, like for sure. Um, so yeah, I was so proud of them all day. So they played great. Um,
Yeah.
every game they played. I told them I was like, if you don't make finals, like finals is your floor. If you don't make finals, something like disastrous happened. And they proved me, well, at least they made the finals, so that was good.
Yeah,
I
they
threw my Bostonian, or go ahead, Jamal.
no, I was saying like they practiced so hard leading up to it. Like all of them went to like every single Beast Coast practice. I think the guys like our attendance wasn't nearly as good as theirs.
Mine
And
wasn't
but
good.
the girls were always on point. They practiced hard as hell. Like they were communicating super well during practices. And our last practice, they did a guys versus girls practice and like they were just taking their lumps from us and it wasn't like we were just like beating the shit out of them. Like it was like the sets were close a lot of the time, and I think it like really prepared them for the weekend because it was like none of the teams on that side are gonna throw harder than us. Um, so I think when they were after playing us for like 3 hours, like they probably felt pretty good. Go and like me and John were like actively trying to run them down because we knew like
Yeah.
aggression. For example, like we were trying to simulate like how fucking good Sam Sayward is and like Nikki is like as their corners. And whoever, oh, and Alyssa
Hmm.
like and how well like they're gonna run them down. So like me and John tried to simulate that in their last practice. So I think they were just really, really prepared for the tournament.
Yeah.
It sucks it didn't work out for them in the final. Um, I need to watch the final all the way through to see kind of what went wrong, but preliminary thoughts were they got a little away from what was working, but and some ball control issues, but that stuff can be, corrected for the next time. But I thought
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought they were the best team there still.
Like Bo said, I do believe if the games were scattered or staggered and we were there to like support the girls, like I think we win. And like, I hate to be one of those like what if kind of guys, but like like we were talking about earlier, like both teams were feeding off the other team's support and energy like all day. So any chance like the girls were like watching our game, like whether we won or lost, like I felt like the love, I felt the energy, I felt the extra juice that we needed. Um, and I think they did as well. So and my shagging would have been elite for them, so that would have helped too. But no, they played out of their minds, and shout out Long Island and shout out Empire. They're both really good teams, obviously. So can't get them all.
Yeah, I didn't watch too many of their games, but I mean, Empire's really good, and so is Sarah Wood and the rest of the girls on their team.
Yeah.
And then also, so after we got knocked out, I took my nutmeg shirt off and shout out the Bostonia Golden State Warrior jerseys, threw that bitch on.
The Bostonia Warriors.
I put my Mackenzie jersey on and I kept on like going up to them and going up to you guys. And I'm like, yo, let me play one game, please.
Bro, hop in, bro. Hop in.
I,
You played in BDL tourneys, so
I'm
what's
trying to
crazy?
have it become a thing of nutmeg, like kind of like as a joke, but I think it would be cool as fuck. Like, like BP, like beer pong, you're playing and they're like, yo, celeb shot,
Oh yeah.
celeb throw.
yeah, facts.
Oh, one throw.
Facts.
That's it.
That's it. One throw.
One
That's not
throw.
bad.
Okay.
And if you miss, like everyone just clowns you.
Yeah. Or it's just like jailbreak. You miss your throw, everyone on their team comes back in.
Oh, oh my
Ooh,
God. That's even more.
it's a lot of pressure.
That's what's
um,
crazy? I spent so much time being the main liaison designing those jerseys, and not once did Bo say that they would like Golden State Warriors jerseys.
Because
So
I didn't really put it together until I think Abby said something.
yeah, because he's from fucking like California, so of course
Yeah.
whatever. It hurt my
who
But
printed
feelings.
those out? Was it VC Dodgeball?
yeah.
Yeah, shout out VC Dodgeball. They were
Yep.
really easy to work with.
Hmm.
If we had more time to design them, um, they might have looked better. just because like we had a time crunch, but like they still came out like really, really good. Like the design itself was like really good.
I thought the jersey was fire.
Yeah,
That's like one of my favorite jerseys.
Yeah.
yeah, it's super.
I wish, I don't have mine near me, but
I got it.
I wish they would have had like the printing on the side, like on both sides.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
if we had
Uh,
more time, I would have did that. Yeah. Talking about right there.
I thought originally it had it on both sides.
Originally, and then I changed it because I thought it looked weird, but I shouldn't have changed it.
Mm,
But yeah, Bostonia. I'm assuming this
yeah.
is backwards on camera.
No, it's right.
Bet,
Hmm.
bet.
But yeah, it was good.
This jersey's
Yeah,
good.
it looked like it basically looked like the Boston flag, like the crest from the flag, and we basically just took that and threw it. It was like it was on a jersey. Like
We
the
were the
jersey concept, it was like this guy from Twitter like basically made that jersey, and we basically just ripped that and put it on a jersey.
Damn.
we asked for
Shout out
permission.
that one guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
it's like
formally,
Peter Ross or something.
Peter
Peter
Rogers. Peter
Peter
Rogers.
Rogers. Yeah.
I
Does he
we
have like
owe him a
41
jersey.
followers or something?
No, he's got a lot. No, because he designs
Oh.
jerseys after every Celtics win. That's his thing. So if you like
Oh.
go to his Twitter, he's got like a million different jerseys, and he sells some of them, the designs online. Like you can actually like physically buy his jerseys.
Yeah, yeah. We owe him a jersey. I
Yeah,
told him I would get him a jersey.
yeah,
That's the only thing he asked for, and he gave us his blessing. So shout out Peter, shout out
yeah.
BCU. We were definitely the best fitted out of all the teams there. We came in with our BDL merch, ripped that hoe off, put our sick jerseys on. We look clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of organization on our end. I think it was like Tuesday. I'm like, fuck, dude, the tournament is Saturday. Because we have
Brown
semi-pro this
shirts it
weekend.
is.
We have Seattle the weekend after. Bro, I'm a dad, so I'm like losing track of time. Work was crazy, and I'm like, dude, we play in 5 days. Fuck.
Brown shirts it is. It's like 2K.
Damn, 60 overalls.
So
We
I was
play
like,
them.
all right, I'm just gonna bring like four jerseys and just kind of swap out jerseys. But we have those nutmeg shirts that we have. So at the end of every single season,
Yeah.
Sean will get like everyone a specific color, for that season. So like the that 2 seasons ago was that brown. Last year was like the pink. I think this season we're doing yellow,
I like that.
but yeah, they're all pretty cool.
It's because you all had them. I
Yeah,
appreciate how most teams came coordinated for this. Um, just because like I don't know, like I like that aspect of sports. Like when people bring like their own random jerseys, like that's fine. But uh, I like the
looking at
team
you, Bo.
camaraderie when we're all matching and stuff.
What?
He was like, when people bring just random jerseys, I'm like, we're looking at you, Bo.
Yeah. What's wrong with bringing random jerseys?
Nothing is wrong. I just like the team camaraderie when everyone's like matching. Like
Oh,
I'm
I,
talking like same color tights, like similar shorts if possible. Like Long
I
Island,
feel like
we
we
do
do.
that
I feel like
too.
we do that on flight
Yeah, we know we do.
for
We,
Everything else,
playoffs.
though.
Yeah, for playoffs at least.
yeah, you guys
Yeah,
do. You guys do, yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, but yeah, big fan of like coordination, color coordination. I don't know.
the blue on blue fit was pretty sick too. Like
I
blue shorts with the blue shirt, John.
I
Oh
had
yeah, I felt cool as hell all day. Yeah, that's it's
I wore navy.
it's funny because I was gonna wear those blue shorts to Tucson with you guys. That's the reason I had those shorts. And then I was like,
Mm.
you know what? I felt too corny to like wear blue shorts in Tucson. So I was like, I'm not gonna wear them. But I decided to wear them for this tournament, and that felt cool. So
What did you wear in Tucson? Because
uh,
I wore blue shorts.
I wore my regular black shorts.
Oh
Yeah.
I,
yeah,
Um,
I wore royal blue.
yeah.
I wore both shorts.
Oh yeah, facts. I haven't washed them.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Nice. Nice.
Um, but I think that's pretty much it about the tournament. Do you guys have any like closing thoughts about the tournament? Things that you guys liked, constructive criticism, things that maybe they could switch up for next year, or just any overall suggestions?
Nats.
That's it.
No, just kidding. Yeah, not really, but but no, I think it was. I thought the concept was so cool. I think it was such a good idea because I feel like we talk about it a lot of like, all right, like who's got the best group? Like does Long Island have the best group? Does Connecticut? Does Boston? DMV. Um, in like me on like Kim's pod the other day, like me, DeMonte, and him debated, is it like the East Coast? Is it North, South, West? Like, um, East one, by the way.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
Oh, let's
What?
Let's
go.
talk about that because I listened to that.
Yeah.
Dylan know what a map looks like.
Yes, but we were trying to spread out. Like, I understand what he was doing because he was trying to like spread out like the talent around the regions.
The Florida being in the East was crazy.
But Florida is east, but it's also south. It's like southeast. So like, what do you do with it? You know
But
what I'm
like
saying?
how yeah, but wasn't it Atlanta in the South?
We gave Atlanta and Texas the South, and then they gave us Florida.
But Florida is south of Georgia. So if anything,
Uh,
Florida would have been south and then Georgia would have been east. When I was listening to that, I'm just like, I mean, I'm a truck driver, but I'm like, this is driving me insane.
yeah, but Florida is so east. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think. But who did we get from Florida? We just got Matt, right?
Matt and Jeff.
No, he kind of Jeff is Philly because he or PA because he's moving back to PA.
Okay. But yeah,
So,
that
so
show was hilarious to me.
yeah, it was 3 hours long. I apologize that we yapped for a long time. It didn't feel like 3 hours in the moment when we were talking that whole time, but yeah, it like flew by. Like, yeah, it flew by. So shout out Kim and Demonte. But yeah, sorry for those listening that we yapped. Hope
I
you
mean,
listen
I
on
have a
like
que-
hope you listen on like 1.5 speed.
I have a question about the Demonte thing. Where did this Demonte mint thins come from?
Okay, he said something about like he didn't like mint ice cream one time. And then it was just like a really bad take because it's a bad take. And because like mint ice cream is great. And I was just like, I commented on Facebook. I was like, you're gonna be real upset when people start calling you Demente. And then it just took off. Like, and then like people just started liking it and it just took off. So kind of like the shit with like boasting. It just we can't run away from it. So
I got a
Demente.
crazy nickname today, and I know how you feel now.
you have
Yes.
one?
Ryan Mccloth.
Yeah, because you're a cloth player.
Wow,
I was like, fuck. I know how Bo feels now. This sucks.
Exactly. You're a
that's
cloth player.
great.
Dude, yeah, and when Kim was like sending your questions, I got so many DMs of like, no sting questions, blah blah blah. I almost like blocked like 12 people.
Well, real original.
Yeah, exactly. Get a fucking life. I was even getting DMs today. They're like, "Oh, you didn't make practice squad for no stick."
That's
I was, I was gonna
actually
say
great.
that. I was like, yo, you could just skip practice squad
Yeah,
if you
like
have a no sting division. Like Bo's automatically on the team.
I'm surprised that someone didn't take like the graphic and just cross out foam and write no sting and just like cross everyone's name out and just write my name on it.
I feel like they're asking for it at this point.
Oh yeah, true, true, true. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Cut that out because Nick Tachenko will say something like that
Yeah.
and run with it. So
I will
Anyone listening,
say,
please don't do that. Please don't.
I will say my thoughts on the boasting thing is you do the worst job at dodging these allegations. You just like welcome them with open arms. You bring
the
them up on stream. Like
We win no sting tournaments.
yeah,
Like
it's
your
we
bad.
get
boasting
first rounded
tournament.
in
You're
foam.
going
Yeah,
back to no sting for
we get
Boston Boston
we
tournament.
we seed first in claw. We were
So
asking like the Canadian girls the rules before cloth started.
and you still seed first. It's like, damn, you cannot let foam be a foam player.
Yeah, we're just not a foam team. But
You guys know how I am with like my YouTube thumbnails.
yeah,
So I had to do the Nico Harrison with the Boston Celtics hat on for
That
yeah,
was
the
funny.
stream.
That was funny.
yeah.
I was gonna do like a bull, like palming two balls out like this, but it was just Bo's head, and it was just two no sting balls.
That's crazy.
Dude, the Gene Adelphia one took me out, bro. That was some of your best work.
That killed me.
I
You know
think
what
I
you
keep on just topping myself, honestly.
Yeah,
Pause.
I don't even I don't even know like how you think of these like
I had too much time in my hand, honestly.
yeah.
you know what I had to do,
I mean, it's
Ryan?
it's just driving for a living, honestly. I'm just like, huh, well, it could be like a funny thumbnail for like this upcoming weekend.
Yeah. You know what you
Yeah.
had to do, Ryan? You need to do uh what was it, that Minute Bowl and like short dude NBA photo with like
Hmm.
the
Oh,
basketballs
Muggsy.
on top.
Spud Webb, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Spud
That's
Webb.
my web, thank you. You gotta do that with like Bo and like John Carlo and then put it like
Oh, it could be
the
like the
balls.
Altuve Aaron Judge meme.
Facts.
I had a
Facts.
crazy one of Frankie today. I'll try to pull it up. So this is like what is it called? Eurovision.
Yeah.
So this is like Frankie and his Eurovision outfit.
Okay.
And I stretched it, and it's on YouTube right now. So everyone, please don't go look at this.
That rocks.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
God.
That rocks.
Good job, man.
Oh man, I always try to like. There's a line. I know there's a line, and I won't cross it for the most part. But I always try to dance right on that line.
Mm. Out of For your thumbnails alone, you're probably one of the funniest people at dodgeball.
I honestly think if you didn't know me and you're just like going through my channel, I'd be like, these don't even make sense. But if you know me or you're at those tournaments, you'd be like,
Yeah,
dude, that's funny as fuck.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's so good every time. Every time I go on your channel, because I'm like, oh, like let me go find this like one thing from that I know he recorded. I'm looking at the recent thumbnails. I forgot about this. I might just subscribe to your shit. I never subscribe to YouTube channels nowadays, but I might subscribe to your shit so I just see your thumbnails more often.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I'm just lazy and it's just like a super basic one. And I let the people down.
That's okay. I feel like our just happy to be here ones were not your best from Tucson.
What did I do?
I thought it was just like a purple smiley face.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you could have done better.
true.
Could have done better. But there wasn't anything funny that from that weekend, so
No, I mean, I could always just do one of like Taylor being really drunk or something.
that could work as well. Yeah.
That's pretty much it about the tournament. Do you guys want to talk about your BDL league so you guys close out your first season?
Yeah, John won the first
Yeah.
league.
Yeah. I can talk about it.
Okay, John, talk about it.
It was the
I'll just log
sickest.
off, boys. I'll see you guys
It
later.
was a really fun day. So first of all, like it felt really cool how we were finally able to pull it off. Like we made the Boston Dodgeball League and like, did some tournaments, but like obviously the goal was like a league. So the fact that we were finally able to pull that off after some time is like really, really cool. Um, and to say I'm the inaugural champion felt really nice too, to be able to hold that trophy, be the first one to hold the trophy. That was sick. Um, but it was fun. My team, we were asked the first week, and then we like figured it out, and like made adjustments like week to week, and like uh kept like listening to feedback. I think one of my biggest pet peeves in rec leagues is like if I'm giving people feedback, a lot of people just kind of don't want to listen, and like that's all right, but I also don't want to lose. So, I was giving my team feedback like the whole season, and like they were all like taking it to heart and like super like willing to like eat that shit up. So that was pause. So that was really nice. Um, and then playoffs came, and we had an interesting bracket because every game we played, we turns out we played someone from Anarchy every game, which is like interesting. So it felt
So
like
who's on your team?
it was me, Garrett Lee, Matt Corbett, um, Nick Scally, a guy who I don't think you've met, Ryan, named David Marshall, and then Becky Damon. and Steph. Um, what is her last name? Fuck.
Is David the bald dude?
No, no, he's not bald.
Hmm.
Um, I'll send you a picture later if you want. But he's gonna be in this upcoming BDL like throwdown tournament, throwdown four. He'll be there.
Oh, I'm
I
looking at
think
it right
that's
now. Yeah, I definitely don't know that guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. David Marshall. He's a really nice guy. Um, he was the most willing for to listen to feedback the whole time, so I appreciate that a lot. Um, but yeah, so we had a good team on paper, but because like all the teams were good on paper, like everyone was like balanced. Um, but we were just like locked in that day. Everyone had like some sort of like legendary moment. Like Steph got like two catches like back to back to like catch me and Nick Scally back in for us to close a set like that we really needed. Like shit like that was happening for us all day. Um, so that was really, really fun. And I didn't catch a single ball the entire season, and then I caught a ball for like the second to last out to like clinch us the whole thing. So that was really fun. Shout out my team, the Purple Rain, aka the Purple Traders, I called them as well. That was fun. And we got our we got $25 for the, after place or whatever that, you know, was really good. They had like good
Hell
food.
yeah, hell
Oh,
yeah.
but you're muted.
Sorry. Shout out Remnant Brewing
Yes.
Co
I
Company.
was trying to like throw you an alley-oop for that. So,
No,
I was like, has he never gone
no,
or?
no. John was like, "I'll talk about it," so I was just letting it ride.
but it was
So
fun.
how many
Yeah.
teams were in this league?
9?
And
7.
then how many weeks was your league?
It was 6 plus or 5 plus playoffs, I think, right?
Okay.
I think there were 7 teams, weren't there?
No, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Oh yeah, sorry, 7. My bad. 7 teams. I did
Seven
not
and then
count.
5 weeks and then playoffs.
Yeah, I think so. I
And then
also
when are you
didn't
guys
count
starting
myself.
up your next league?
It's underway right now. So this is our first like
Oh shit.
own team league. So a lot of teams just brought the teams they used to run with, like rec league wise. Um, like my rec league, we just ran it back with us plus like one other guy. So most of the teams are like the teams we're used to seeing in our rec league. So um that's cool too. I hope we do more remix leagues, but like once a year or something like that, because that was just fun to play with different people.
I feel that we try to mix in a draft season, and I fucked up on the last podcast. I'm like, oh, it's been a while since we've done a draft season. No, we literally did it last season. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, no, we try to mix in. I think once at least every 3 seasons, and it's pretty fun. Play different people.
Yep.
You learn people on and off the court. You're more friendly with them too, and
Right.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
Super sick.
Bo, you got anything you want to talk about the league or?
No, I thought the league, for it being our first league, like I thought it ran pretty smoothly, like timing wise. Like the first week, I think it ran a little long, but after that, I think it got a little more efficient, like week by week. So, shout out the people that run it, like the 6 main people, like Abby, Claire, Decker, Jess, Dave. I'm myself part of the 6, but I feel like I do the least. I'm the least important by far.
And Julian.
And Juju, the
Uh,
the BDL mascot. But yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see like the first league was like a good mix. It was like a remix league, so like you could sign up with a player, and then um, so you were at least on a team with somebody that you knew, and then the rest of the people were kind of scattered about. So like I thought the talent for the most part was pretty dispersed evenly for the most part. There's probably a couple teams I thought that on paper were better than most. Um,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
but yeah, I think like the teams that made it farther probably should have made it farther, or are the ones that probably should have been there. So, I think it worked out how it was supposed to in the end, I think. So it was a really good league, and Yeah, it was, and now our league now is bring your own team. So the 7 teams that are there are all like predetermined teams, teams that have played together in the past. So I think the competition is better because it's more organized. So there's more like actual plays being ran and things like that. So there's a little more strategy. So it's not as much of a like a break from tournaments. Yeah, you have to think a little more than the first league, which I think is kind of nice. But yeah, it's getting better. But we want to grow the league still, so we're like looking at other venues to try and get 2 courts going at the same time. So we're always trying to like improve the BDL. Same thing with like the tournament too. Like we're trying to find a different venue to where we can get bigger. So we can have like, actual 30-foot throw lines, I know is um, the goal. And like, down the road, like we want to throw like the thing east, like something along the
Mm,
lines of that. Like that would be like the ultimate goal is to have like some sort of invitational to make it easier for like the East Coast, like Canadian teams to come down and play. So yeah, hopefully like we could get some Canadian teams to come down and play in like tournaments like ours one day. So that'd be pretty cool. So a lot of things that we're trying to do, mini milestones though, to get there.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely a build up because I remember like not Meg's first season, I mean, there wasn't nearly as many people as there is now. And it seems like since, I mean, there's a lot of familiar faces that have stuck around, but I'd say like since season seven, like everyone that's there has been there for a long time now, which is cool to see. And we're on season 12. So
Yep.
just gotta slowly build yourself up. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like everyone works hard, whether like you're part of like the main like cabinet of people or not. Like everybody that like attends the leagues and stuff like that, they work really hard to like make it a good product and make it social to make other people want to join or like come back. So that's part of the experience too, is like how like nice the people are in the league. Like no one's like a dickhead and like no one's like mean. Like it's really inviting and like really inclusive. So I think it's like a really cool community that like we've built up because like Boston pre-COVID, I thought was really, really good dodgeball here, and COVID kind of killed it. But I think we're like almost like back to like where that was. And like we're starting to get some people back from pre-COVID that are playing again. Like we got a guy on our team now, Billy, who was a fucking machine pre-COVID. And he hasn't played since, but he came back and played last week and he was pretty good. So I'm glad to see that he's back. So hopefully we can get some more people back and playing again.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
That's pretty much it. Do we have any closing thoughts, any remarks, anything else, any shout outs?
shout out
Yeah.
Ace of Spades, about to run it back this weekend. Got
Shout out
my
Invictus.
got my belt over here. I'm not even fucking bringing it to Long Island because there's no point. I'm not giving that shit back.
So
Shout out
you guys are gonna
Invictus.
get they're gonna get first rounded now, and then Sal's gonna be real
Bad,
upset. Sal's gonna be
bad.
real upset.
I'm gonna be like,
It's
oh shit, Sal, I forgot it. It's all right.
It'll be all right. Invictus is gonna win, and then I'll just go to Bo's house and take the belt myself. So, all right.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh.
Also, I forgot when I was talking about
He's
the
got to wake up first and get there, but
yeah, I gotta wait. Dude, if I woke up,
try
that
playing
would
a
have been
match. Try playing a match first, but
if,
yeah.
if I woke up, that belt would have been in my house right now, but it's all right. It's all right.
Don't think
Um,
so. But yeah.
shout out Garrett Jacobowitz and Saga Sportswear. I forgot to bring him up when I was talking about how fitted we were at the tournament, like for these shirts and hoodies and whatnot. I think Garrett does a really good job. And um that's just like one of those little things like jerseys or whatever that like contributes a lot to like dodgeball and like the future brand of dodgeball and whatnot. Helps get eyes on dodgeball. So shout out to Garrett, what you do for the community. I notice and I appreciate, and I hope other people do too. So yeah, that's how yeah. Oh, and shout out my dad for going to the Beast Coast tournament. He thought it was sick. So he had a good time there.
Yeah, shout out Saga Sportswear. They're on Instagram. Go follow him. Shout out Mr. Gatlin. Saw Mr. Gatlin there.
Yep.
Um, Shout out Sam and Frankie because without them, then this would never have happened and we would have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, such a fucking awesome idea and awesome tournament. So yeah, Sam, Frankie, like all the other organizers, like that was super cool. Drexel for having us as well.
Thanks, Drexel.
So it was a cool venue, cool space. So and then Landmark was the after
Yep,
party
Hmm.
bar too. So shout out Landmark.
they're great.
Yeah, so yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, really
Yeah,
shout out Philly Dodgeball. I think they're fucking awesome. Like their social media is awesome. So like yeah, big fan. Philly
yeah.
Dodgeball.
Oh, and shout out Ryan. Happy Father's Day yesterday. Thank you,
Happy Father's
Dad.
Thank you.
Day. Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Dad, for giving me my first USA medal. Appreciate you.
Facts.
Thank you guys. And then shout out us because we made practice squad. But boys, real work starts now. Just
That's
because we
true.
made the practice squad does not mean shit.
That's
I
true.
I went outside and ran today for the first time in like 6 months, so I'm already ahead of the curve.
Nice. I had work meetings all day, so I didn't get home until late. So I did not do that, but
That's fair.
Captain Eli, don't worry. I'm gonna do a little workout before we get on Apex in a little bit. So don't worry, I'll do a workout. Okay. So,
Bro said it's like 6 minute mile on his Instagram. Eli did.
Elijah?
I replied to it. I was like, LMAO, shut up the fuck up.
Bro, I
Yo,
read
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
what
pat
I
myself
said.
on the back here a little bit, but I ran cross country back in the day. Boy was all state, all conference.
Oh shit, yeah, we
I used to
lost.
go fucking ham running.
bro, I read today that bitch was 12 minutes. I was like, I got a long way to go.
The
Oh,
what
wait.
was 12 minutes?
My mile run. I'm not I'm a
Oh.
fast runner. I'm not a
I just
good long
replied. I
distance
just
runner.
replied.
So.
Replied. LMAO. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, sir.
Oh, that's so funny. But shout out USA Dodgeball for selecting us. Thank you.
Yeah, humbled, grateful, but yeah, let's get to work. Yeah, they just added us. Jeremy added us to group chat. I don't know if you guys saw that, but um,
Oh, yeah, 40 minutes ago. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for
Bitch, I'm
hopping
out
on.
here.
yes, sir.
John, are you not on?
I guess I was kicked off practice squad. It's all right.
We gotta figure this out. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm been around.
This is awkward.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.